Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a corporate report that might seem as exciting as watching paint dry, but trust me, there are hidden gems. We're looking at a filing from Douglas Emmett, a real estate company. It's their report about what happened at their yearly meeting with shareholders. So what's the big deal? Well, this report tells us who got elected to the board, how people voted on important company matters, and whether the big bosses are getting paid what people think they deserve. It's like a popularity contest and financial checkup all rolled into one. Before we jump in, if you are into decoding corporate documents, subscribe to the channel. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below. First up, let's talk about the board of directors. These are the folks who make the big decisions for Douglas Emmett. At the meeting, stockholders, which are like the company's owners, got to vote on who they wanted on the board. We're seeing who got the most votes and who's in charge for the next year. Looking at the numbers, Jordan Kaplan got 137,583,164 votes for him being on the board, but 6,866,149 people withheld their vote. That means they didn't want to vote for him, but they also didn't vote against him. It's a neutral vote. There were also 11,936,309 broker non-votes. That happens when brokers holding shares for clients don't get instructions on how to vote, so they don't vote at all. Kenneth Panzer had 135,917,379 votes in favor and 8,525,934 withheld. Leslie Bider had 129,229 votes in favor and 23,9 votes in favor and 23,194,064 withheld. Doreen Dominguez had 138,234 votes in favor and 6,208,588 withheld. Virginia McFerrin had 99,713,788 votes in favor and a whopping 44,729,529 fully backing her. Thomas O'Hearn had 125,600 and at 18,151 withheld. William Simon Jr. had 106,904,980 votes in favor and a hefty 37,005 holders, so some significant hesitation from stockholders. Finally, Shirley Wang got 133,754,093 votes in favor and 10,689,220 withheld. All these people got enough votes to be on the board, so they're in for another year. But those withheld votes for some directors like McFerrin and Simon Jr., that's something to keep an eye on. It could mean some stockholders aren't completely happy with them. Next up is the appointment of Ernst & Young LL as the company's independent auditor. Think of them as the financial referees, making sure everything is fair and square. The vote was pretty clear here, 140-719-753 votes for, 10,277,336 against, and 5,382,633 abstained, which means they didn't pick either side. So Ernst & Young are back on the job. Now, the part everyone loves to talk about, executive pay. Stockholders got to give their opinion on whether the company's top executives are being paid fairly. This vote isn't binding, meaning the company doesn't have to change anything based on the results, but it's a good way to see what the owners think. Here's the breakdown to 121,1832 votes for 18,049,952 against and 5,374,626 315 broken non-votes. Even though more people voted in favor, those against and abstaining votes are worth noting. It suggests a chunk of stockholders think the executives might be getting paid too much, or maybe that the company's performance doesn't justify the high pay key. So what does all this mean for Douglas Emmett? What factors all this mean for Douglas Emmett? Well, the company has its board set for the next year, but there's a bit of a rumble with the high number of withheld votes for some directors, indicating that some stockholders may not be totally happy with them. The executive pay vote also shows some unhappiness, so the company might need to think about how they're paying their top people. Looking at the company's direction, it seems like they're sailing along for now, but they need to pay attention to those warning signs from stockholders. If they don't, it could lead to bigger problems down the road. As for risks, if the company ignores its stockholders, it might find it hard to get support for future plans. On the other hand, if they listen and make some changes, they could build stronger relationships with their owners. In conclusion, this report gives us a peek into the inner workings of Douglas Emmett. While things seem stable, there are a few signals that the company needs to address. Alright, that's our breakdown of Douglas Emmett's latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching, see you next time.